Well, Colossians chapter 2 is super loaded, so I hope you can stick with it. But in verse 8, Paul gives a stern warning to the church at Colossae, and it's a very relevant warning to you and me today too. He says, beware lest any man spoil you. Now, I want you to think of the spoils of war. Now, most of us understand, okay, this idea of spoiled meat or something that you open up and it smells awful, you're not going to use it, you're not going to eat it. We get that, and that definitely applies. But the idea here is primarily the spoils of war. The two nations go to war, one nation wins, and they go in and they take the treasure from the other nation. So if you were to ask yourself, what is the treasure of a Christian? What is the treasure in the church? What's the treasure in the church of Colossae? Well, in chapter 1, Paul just spent a whole lot of time elevating Christ, saying that he is the head of the body, the church, and that in all things he might have the preeminence. So the most valuable, the most precious thing to a Christian, the most valuable, the most precious thing in the church is Jesus. So throughout the church, in this church of Colossae, you've got philosophy, vain deceit, traditions of men, the fundamental thoughts of the world system that have started to creep into the church and displace Christ or steal him away from the Christian. This can happen to you and me, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in the next video.